Okay, so we're gonna put this intake on. What we have to do first is take off the stock air box and intake tube, and then this remains. This is the turbo inlet. Um, so that's gonna stay. The only sensor is the MAF, the mass airflow sensor, and that's just gonna basically detach. I don't know how to do any of this. So this is going to be a learning experience. I'm fairly certain that this just pops off. This all stays in one piece. And then I just have to unscrew a few things. Oh, it looks like I'm going to need some sockets. I was under the impression that these bolts for the airbox would be Phillips and socket, but they are just socket. So I'll need to find what socket they are and get that. Let's see. I swear if I drop one of these. Okay, I thought they'd be 10s. So they're 10s. Let's see if I have a long enough. That one is far as hell down there. So let me see if I have a long enough extension. So when I take off the top of this air box, I'm going to have a little bit more room. And once I have that room, I think I'm going to be able to make this work. So I'm going to try it. So let's see. We're going to start with a sensor and these clamps. And Map, it looks like gave me a bag with some extra hardware in it, so that's helpful when a company does that because um, obviously if you break something or lose something while you're taking it all apart, then when you have extras, it's super nice. I'm gonna go put this on the new one. Okay, so here's the part I don't know how to do. There's like a weird connector down here. We're just gonna try to pull on it. There we go. Just gotta squeeze the bottom, pull it out. Let's start on these clamps. So I can probably take this off first. Yep. So let's take off the top of the airbox first. Oh man. So what I don't want to do is lose any screws. So I'm going to leave them in their holes, but all the way loosened so that they come out with the plastic. Just like that. Look at that. There's actually a bunch of debris in here. So funny story with this car. About 1,000 miles after I got it, I went to Salt Lake for a fun trip and got caught in a crazy windstorm. It was like on the news and everything. It was this crazy huge windstorm out by Mountain Home, Idaho. And when I got caught in that, there was so much wind and debris blowing across the street, like tumbleweeds and those kind of things, that my car engine bay was completely full of just this stuff. Like the broken up tumbleweed and dry, dead um, plants and stuff like that. The repair for it ended up costing me $7,000 because the wind was blowing little rocks and all sorts of stuff like that all over the front of the car. So they had to replace the windshield. They had to completely refinish the hood. They had to replace all of the plastic on the front, so like the whole front bumper, both the side front fenders, and the front mirrors of the car, like 1,000 miles after I got it. Luckily, I had full coverage insurance, and so they covered everything but the deductible of $500. So I actually only paid $500, but the repair was the $7,000 repair, like 1,000 miles after I got the car. So that was fun. Um, let's see about getting the rest of this out. And it's actually, I'm pretty shocked that there is this debris in here still, because they said they were incredibly thorough with cleaning everything out, and apparently they didn't even check the air box, so that worries me a little bit. But it looks like the other side of the filter is clean, so nothing was getting in the engine, which is good. Um, but I would have assumed they would have at least cleaned out this air filter box. Okay, so let's see about getting the rest of the box out. Let me get this one off. So I know that this needs to come out. God, I wish I had a ratchet that could fit that one down there. I don't know how I'm going to get that without a ratchet. I don't have enough torque here. Let me see. I'll get a ratchet for this one and see if it fits. Yeah, that one's way down there. All right, let's see if this works. I'm going to get it in there and then use these channel pliers. As a ratchet. No. Oh, got it, I think. Yep, nice. Ingenuity at its finest. Alright, so I'm going to loosen this one up and then pull it out. I think these bolts actually need to come all the way out before I take the box out, because I heard that there's like a little rubber, I don't know what it is, but some sort of rubber connector in there that I have to pull the box out really, really hard to get it out. So we'll see. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some sort of a little mount in here. Let's see if we can figure out how to get it out. There we go. They were not kidding. So it's this rubber bracket. Just kind of mounts to this like big plastic thing down there. It's kind of just a plastic stand so that the airbox has some support to sit on. So I wonder if I could even take that out, because it doesn't need to be in there anymore. And it's just going to rattle around. So maybe I'll try to take that out too. I haven't seen any videos about this little piece, so I'm hoping that it doesn't do anything other than hold up the original airbox. Oh, it's actually attached from below. Why would they do that? I don't want to take off the whole skid plate just to get to this. So basically what I'm running into is this width is too tall. So there's a bolt in there that's facing upwards that I need to get it under and then ratchet, but there's not enough space for me to get this in there. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to get that out, but I think I have to because the K&N filter is pretty deep and this thing's going to rattle. You can hear it. So let me see if I can get it from the other side. Okay, got it. And it's still not coming out. Okay, so there must be another attachment somewhere. And I see it, but it's underneath as well. Shoot. Okay. Well, something kind of popped in there, so it probably broke, but I got it out. So this whole thing was basically just a stand for the airbox. There's nothing else in there. So that seems kind of worthless, but oh yeah. So what broke is this piece here. So it's kind of like a mount. You can just kind of pull it out. So I pulled it out, but this broke anyway. Well, I won't be needing this anymore, so not a big deal. So these are the kind of mounts that they're using where it's just a piece of rubber and then you kind of just pull on it towards you. You can see how hard they are to get off. I don't want to break this one, so I'm not going to do it, but you're supposed to be able to just pull it through and it'll come out, but it didn't work that way. And we're going to get the new one on. Let me get it all mocked up. This is the new one here. It's basically just going to drop in. Yeah, definitely needed to take that stand out. There's not enough room if I were to leave that. Well, there's plenty of room to mount everything, so why don't I just get it on now, and then I'll tighten up everything else after. Normally what I would do is just kind of set it, test everything out, but the only thing that I need to tighten is the filter clamp onto this, and there's plenty of room to do that, even if it's already in there. So, might as well just do it now. However, I will say that this angle for the bracket here is not flush with the bracket that the old box sat on. So I don't know that it's gonna fit right, but let's see. You know, it probably would have been easier to do this on here first and then put the metal tube in, but oh yeah, that fits fine. Okay. So this is the bolt that they gave me that replaces one of those long silver ones just to mount this to the bracket that it was on before. It's a 10 and I have an 8. Okay, here's the 10. Get that one in first. Let's get these clamps tightened before I forget. Oh, great. Wonder if that's what the extension they gave me is for. I assumed it was for the downpipe, but maybe it's for this. Or if I took this off. Okay. Oh, I see. That's an interesting choice. I don't know why they chose to do that. I wonder if I should just wrap it in some electrical tape. It's almost still not long enough. Like it's pretty tight. That's pretty worrisome. I guess it gets caught on anything, but I don't think it will. Cool. Well, this is it. I'm gonna get some audio here soon, but finished product. We've got the K&N filter down there. This is the bracket here where it attaches. There was a long silver screw there before. And then the screw that I was having trouble with getting out was all the way underneath on where you see the skid plate down there. And it was facing upwards. So I basically had to put the wrench on this part here. But yeah, it looks really good. Okay, well, it sounds amazing. So, mission accomplished. We got the sound we wanted. It is, of course, going to help out a little bit more with the airflow once I get my downpipe and exhaust and my tune done. I'm not super worried about that right now. Again, I know this is just my commuter car, so it's mainly for the sound, but I am very, very happy with how that sounded. So let me know what you thought about any of the videos. Let me know how you think it sounds when you hear it as well. And let me know if there's anything else you have questions about, if anything came up during the video, if you were watching this because you're going to be doing an install of your own, or if you're watching this so you can plan something out or decide on what intake you want. Let me know and I'll be able to help out. I have some experience now, so there were a couple things that were not planned that happened that I might be able to help anyone else out with. So very, very happy overall.